player get injured, but when it happens, it's an opportunity for somebody else to take over. And
that's why Isaac Sosay, good control on the ball.
Absolutely,
you know, he kept his ball well, shielded the defenders off, and then scored.
Yeah, promising forward for Nigeria. We saw him at the African under-17 championships, and he was actually supposed to be the leading target man for Nigeria in this competition, but Kelechi Iheanacho stole his thunder in the first game, but he's been able to get 2 goals so far.
That's another lovely goal.
Straight away.
Good timing. That's the game against Sweden, and then Isaac pulled one back for Nigeria, and that was where the comeback story started.
Absolutely good strike off a very brilliant ball by Iheanacho, and you can see the way he cut the ball swiftly. He didn't really catch it swiftly, but he connected very well, and he beat the goalkeeper easily there. But he later got injured in this game and will be missing the game against Iraq. But like I said, there's a chance he will make a comeback in later in the competition.
That means the team needs to play for him, get to the finals, so he can recover from the injury and then join them. All right, let's just leave on the 17th FIFA World Cup right now and talk about the Nigeria Professional Football League. Yes, the league management company, they've done so much to develop domestic football in Nigeria. It's no more news. Kano Pillars retained the league title. But there's a story coming out, Super 4, it has been postponed.
Yeah, Super 4 postponed. Apparently at the request of the clubs that are involved, because they feel they've had a very hectic season already. They absolutely, it's a very good idea, don't get me wrong, but then when you put it at this time of the season, especially when the LMC are actually thinking of starting the season early again, so when it's been a long season for these guys, and I understand why they need to rest and recharge the battery. So, but according to what they're saying, a later date will be announced, but we don't know about that for now. But if I had the decision to make, I wouldn't put any kind of Super 4 immediately after the very long season.
And the league is expected to resume on the 22nd.
That's the point. It's just, the schedule is just so tough on these guys, and if you want to take into consideration under the conditions in which these teams in Nigeria, the way how they
travel from one end
the transportation issues and all that, then you can tell like it's like you're trying to kill these guys, but. Like I said, it's a good initiative, but I think they can find a way of doing a proper scheduling for this Super 4.
For me, the league is trying to gain some stability.
Yes.
They need to go through this sacrifice for the league to be admirable. Okay, a quick talk on Nigeria and football administration and management in the country. Former Nigerian Football Federation President Sani Lulu Abdullahi says he will come out next year to contest for the presidential seat of the Nigerian Football Federation. Sani Lulu has been was banned for about 10 years not to get involved in Nigerian football, but he's saying he's coming back, and it's coming this time to develop football in the country. Tayo, do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, it's really not. There's nothing more to say about Sani Lulu. If he feels still has something to contribute to the development of football in Nigeria, then it should come back. It's going to be a voting process, and if they trust him enough, then he will get it. If they don't trust him enough, then he has no chance of making a comeback into the. Is it a glass house now? There's a new house for the NFF now, so it's no longer the glass house. But that's Sani Lulu there now, and like I said, it's a free world really. And if he feels he's developed enough as an administrator to come back and help Nigerian football, then good luck to him.
Sani Lulu Abdullahi indicating his interest to compete for the seat of the Nigeria Football Federation. Let's get you talking. What's your take? Sani Lulu coming back to football administration and management in Nigeria. You know what to do. Stop by on our Twitter handle. We'll go on this short break. When we'll come back, we'll be reading your comments and suggestions as regards all we're talking about this morning on the show. Time for a quick break now. When we come back, the UEFA Champions League, we've seen drama. Cristiano Ronaldo is still on fire. Manchester City traveled to Russia to get all 3 points. We'll talk about that when we return. Stay.
Good touch on by Honda, and Tosic has turned it in, and that defensive instability has been really shown up here. It was so straightforward for CSKA, and the ex-Manchester United player scores against Manchester City.
Would you believe it? I think the other hard thing for Man City fans to believe is how was Honda allowed one of the smallest players on the pitch to win the header from a long punt. Once again, Garcia's cut out with a bit of pace at the back as Tosic crisscrossed. Have a look at it here. Big long punt, big Man City players. Honda out jumps them. Garcia allows his man to get a 3 or 4 yard run on him, and a wonderful finish over the goalkeeper. Questions, of course, will be asked at Man City. There's Garcia missing the first. I mean, how can Honda get that ahead of what's meant to be a big, strong, bustling centre half?
Well, Zabaleta did nothing. He didn't get across, and he did play him onside as well, I think.
He played him onside too, and the fact of the matter was, you know, they were probably so...
In the Champions League, and at the moment, they are in serious trouble in this group.
Well, they just... The comfort button went, didn't it, when we saw them have 2 or 3 chances. And
David Silva, Aguero can equalise, does! Well, that's the way to hit back. A big moment, a big player. He's come good for them again. Sergio Aguero.
A sign of a great team. When things looked to be very bleak, they were still willing to go and attack. They got the ball down early at the back. Kolarov and Nastasic started the move, and David Silva, he wasn't worried about the goal that went in. He got himself into a good position, whipped it across, and as you said, with that little bit of interplay, Aguero knew what was happening and managed to make his run in front of the defender. Popped up nicely for him, and he slots it away, and relief for Manchester City.
Well, it is one of the game's great cliches, but cliches usually come from truth, that you are at your most vulnerable when you have just scored.
Someone like him looks missed.
Negredo. And Aguero's in there again! He's scored with a header again! Well, City have turned this round. When the going gets tough, they are of the school of the tough that do get going.
I said it after the first goal, Martin. Sign of a great team that can bounce back, and a continuation of that was this goal, scrambled out of nothing. Negredo does really, really well. You can see it's a move, and we're talking about little probing passes, but it's wonderful little backlift to play a little flick ball over the heads of the defenders. And look at the bravery here now of Aguero. We know him for many things, but look how brave as he gets in there between flying feet from the goalkeeper, the big centre half. That's a wonderful finish, and once again we see the brilliance of this man, and him, Negredo, and the forward players in this side are doing all the work for their team tonight.
Well, he scored with a lot more, I have to say, celebration, his first Premier League headed goal at West Ham on Saturday. Well, it is a serious pickle that Manchester City have found themselves in here, so there's no extra jubilation.
So that's it, that game ended. CSKA Moscow won, Manchester City 2. Kun Aguero stepped up when it was actually needed, and then he gave the Blues all the points that they needed to get all 3 points in that game that was played in Russia. Okay, time to find out what the papers are saying this morning. Front page of the Sporting Live. Unpaid 7 months salary. Keshi says, pay me now. As he's telling the NFF, says it is the lowest point of his coaching career. Not a good one. Again, I keep saying it, for Nigerian sports to grow, football management and administration must be on point. The way you administer your sports is the way it will go. Europa League, Idea injured. Kanu predicts Eaglets will be champs again. That's a good one. Champions League, AC Milan won, Barcelona won. Draw was a good result. Iniesta. No injury concerns for Mario.
Incredible. I'm just laughing because we're going straight to the Soccer Star now, and the funny, very funny headline here says, Ronaldo rapes old lady. Oh my goodness. Ronaldo rapes old lady. Yesterday's game against Juventus. Ahmed Musa shines as City edges past CSKA Moscow. Eaglets will beat Iraq Silly. That's according to Oman Garban. I talked about the coach earlier, Stephen Keshi, and Keshi runs into debt over unpaid salary. Onyewu seals QPR deal. That's a very worrying story about Keshi, and nobody has really come out to say anything. I mean,
7 months unpaid salaries.
Yeah, well, when I say nobody, I mean the NFF. They really have to come.
And you want to qualify for the World Cup, you want to win almost every tournament, and you're not paying the coach.
Austin, you can't afford this kind of distractions. Not at all. We're going straight into the Complete Sport, the final paper for review today, and it's all about Keshi. Bold headline: Keshi blast. NFF says, respect me with my pay. It's as simple as that. When you work, you expect to get